FastCast, Political Dynamite Edition. So I woke up this morning, news story about protests in Oregon, apparently overnight have officially become riots, at least according to their grading system. And I went through a whole range of emotions when I was reading about it, because there's obviously the very measured part of me that says, no, stop, you're working against our interests. We can't be bad. We can't do this wrong. We can't employ the tactics of the enemy, violence and fear and anger and destruction, because then we delegitimize ourselves. Then I had another thought, and this is why I don't really know where I stand on this. With the benefit of hindsight, we always look back and say, how could this have happened in the 30s in Germany? Didn't their citizens care enough to do something when they saw it beginning? And now we see it beginning. And we could peacefully protest, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think if you're honest with yourself, you know it's not gonna work either. If a few violent protests like this had kept Hitler from coming to power, that would have stopped it, but then we'd be in a different problem, because then the Holocaust wouldn't have happened, and so we wouldn't have known what we had stopped. It's probably very true that the government has stopped a number of terrorist attacks since 9/11, but thing didn't happen is not an important headline. Thing did happen and buildings fell, gets people's attention. Is violent, riotous protest what is needed today? I don't know. I'm not out there violently protesting, but I don't know if I'm happy with myself about that. And to all the people who are gonna say, quit being hyperbolic, he's not as bad as Hitler. You know who else wasn't as bad as Hitler? Hitler. Until he was. When Hitler was yelling, hadn't rounded him up into camps yet, he wasn't as bad as Hitler either. It's only been 3 days. We've already had gay people savagely beaten in California, Muslim school children run out of their schools. I will say, I do believe a lot of people who voted for him, that they don't think they are racist or bigoted or sexist. I really do think that they believe it. And they may not be quote unquote racist, sexist, or bigots, but their actions are. Voting for this man has wrought this. And yeah, as of this morning, apparently our side is causing some of the violence too, but guess what? They sure as fuck didn't start it. You did. It's not Hillary supporters yelling at Muslim children. Hashtag I'm with her didn't beat up a gay man in California. The Pantsuit Nation didn't spray paint a swastika on the walls outside of school buildings. So I don't yet know where I'm gonna land on all this, but I can say this much. Part of our job as citizens is to not push it down and not ignore it. So I'm gonna be calling people on their shit to the best of my ability. Anyway, just something I had to get off my chest this morning. America's great again.